Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, I was away last week and still keeping my eye on all the property news and bits and pieces that are going on. But the really interesting things that to go through my head all around location. So Savills came out with a report last week that the value of property in the UK has for the first time ever exceeded £9 trillion, and that's an awful lot of money, 9.1 trillion to be precise. And beneath that, the number of properties that are now deemed to be millionaire properties, so worth 1 million or more, is up also. There's been an increase in the northeast, but that's still the lowest area of properties that are worth over 1 million. And London, as the southeast, as you'd expect, definitely the highest. The figure's quite interesting. It was 3,127 new £1 million properties last year, and that now means that 702,000 are valued at 1 million or more, which is a 34% increase over the last 5 years. And it got me thinking while I was out skiing, because I have skied for quite a few years now, and we tend to go traditionally to Morzine or the Three Valleys, so in the French Alps. Last year, and we go in February half term, so expensive. But as I was explaining to my children, the best week that you get in terms of the balance between great snow and weather. If you go obviously earlier in January, you can get great snow, but the weather can be difficult. If you wait till the Easter holiday, if you're governed by school holidays, then the weather can be glorious, blue sky skiing, but the snow can be a little bit slushy and not so great, and everything sort of certain slopes closing. So last year in half term, we went to Morzine, which sits quite low. It's 1,300 metres. But you can get up to Avoriaz, which is higher, about 1,800 metres. But the snow was dreadful in half term. So this year we went high. We went to Teen, which the Teen main resource is a 2,100. So that's higher even than Avoriaz when you get to the kind of the top of it. And then you can go up beyond that. You can actually get to 3,500 square feet state agent in me, meters, if you go over to Val d'Isère. And they've got a glacier obviously at Teen as well. So you've got this kind of all-weather skiing. And I always look at estate agency prices and shop windows when I am around. And it is staggering to see what is happening on the value of properties in the French Alps because of this snow. Global warming is happening. That's the second year we went to Morzine in a row. Previous year we had rain in camp or down in resort, which was just depressing. And Léger, which sits quite close to that area, there has been a huge excess of people selling their ski chalets because with global warming, you certainly can't guarantee that you're going to get that snow anymore, and prices therefore are tumbling. So I was having a bit of a look at that while I was away, and those higher resorts, the prices are actually going up. I don't know how they will for very long, because there were parts of the mountain that we were up at 2,500 meters where there was brown mountains that you could see and not snow. So who knows if my children will be able to ski in the French Alps with their children. Very sad thought, because of what's going on. But that really affects property values, and that's of course what Savills were coming out with, showing this number of millionaires, how the area that you're in can really change things. And I see that all the time when I get sellers saying to me, "Oh, but this house over here sold for X, and why is mine worth this?" Variety of factors, but location is certainly a biggie on that one. So yeah, that lack of snow affecting values in the French Alps. Let's wait and see what happens. The renters' rights bill, that's another big thing that's all about in the news at the moment. Some really interesting reports came out last week. NALA, the National Residential Landlords Association, are desperate for the government to do more to encourage landlords to stay in the rental market or get into the rental market. So they want to scrap the extra stamp duty hike, tax incentives. There's a current housing benefit freeze going on. And with the Renters' Right Bill, there will be the abolition of what's called the Section 21 eviction, which means you can evict a tenant for no fault. Landlord can still get their hands back on their property, but it will take a lot longer. And they want some sort of legislation to give landlords reassurance that that will not be a speedy process to stop this mass exodus of landlords at the moment that are leaving the market. They did a poll. 41% of landlords said they were considering selling their stock within the next 12 months. Which is a huge increase. And only 5% said they were thinking of increasing their stock. So that's obviously a very, very worrying figure to have. So yeah, lots needs to be done for that. Really interesting to see that the number one reason for eviction is a landlord wanting to get their hands back on their property. So not because of bad tenants. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Well, we had lots of new launches last week while I was away. So many new properties came to market. We've got a great 3-bed detached over in St John's on Colborne Avenue at 750. Lovely house on Ferndale on a guide of £1 million, right for refurbishment, but a beautiful almost detached property, one of the more traditional period style ones. Great house up Broadwater Down, really spacious, predominantly single story living, really strong 4-bedroom or could be 5-bedroom house on a guide of 1.25, immaculate, ready to move into. Lovely house on Nelson Road, 650,000 for a really great 3-bed there. And yeah, so many. I could probably think ones I forgot about. Wyborn Rise, really interesting architecturally designed property. Lovely, free-flowing, family-friendly space. Grove Hill Road, if you want to be near the station, we had a great one launched there. Big house, lots for your money on a guide of 895, but with off-road parking. So many that we are taking to the market. We are manically busy, but it's all good fun. I hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.